Today I've taken the rack actually already out of my Milano, because of course, big surprise, it's been leaking for like a long ass time. It's been leaking for like more than 10 years, because it was leaking way before I even got the damn car. And it was really starting to get an irritating the rack making a mess of the bottom of my car. I'm not gonna lie, getting that out of there through that hole in the driver's side wheel well, it wasn't really fun. I'm not gonna lie, it was a freaking horrible. Basically, everything you have to do to get that rack out is like through that hole right there. So it's not fun. And then the bolts on the other side of the rack, they're also a massive pain in the ass. And then additionally, you have to lift the damn motor to get enough room to get the stupid thing out as well. One little trick though I learned to get the steering shaft off the pinion shaft on the rack is to just pull the telescoping wheel like just all the way back to get yourself the extra clearance. So no way that rack is going to come out of there without doing that. So I have this rack all disassembled. I've done this because what I'm going to do is inspect the parts really, really carefully to see if they're good enough that I can just rebuild myself using the kit. Because if I don't have to, I really don't want to spend $600 US on a remanufactured rack when I could really easily just do it myself. Getting it apart's fairly straightforward. Inner tie rods come right out. Yeah, 32mm wrench. Just clamp the whole rack in a vise and just rip them off. They have a little stake thing in there, so you just gotta be strong enough to get by that, and they'll just come right off. The next thing is you take these balance tubes off, and these balance tubes are there just to circulate the oil from one side of the rack end to the other when you're steering, so you don't blow out basically the seals in the ends of the rack. They're held on with retarded Allen keys, so after 25-30 years they're going to be crap, so I had to like weld nuts to a couple of them so that I was even able to get them off. When I put it back together, honestly, I'm probably just going to leave them like that because those seem to work just fine. Alright, so those balance tubes are off. Now there's nothing holding anything together except just the fasteners and stuff, and not the balance tubes, because with those on there, there's no way the rack can come apart at all. So, next thing you do is you remove this like extension shaft that's on the passenger side. I don't really know what the technical term for it is, but there's just a little threaded collar right there. And you just tap it on there and loosen it, and then pull it away from the main body, and out it comes. Then you have an exposed shaft basically now. Next part is you want to get this shaft out, and how you get that shaft out is you got to take the pinion shaft, which is holding it basically. You know, the pinion shaft is holding it in, so you can't get it by there. So you undo the bolts on the body. Take the body off, and of course there's seals and everywhere in this thing, so that's all part of the kit when you rebuild it. So you take the body off of there. That little plastic thing broke when I took it off, unfortunately. Then revealing the hydraulic spool valve and the pinion. That just pulls right out. There's a bearing that's pressed into the housing, so you just take a little rubber mallet and you just smack the whole pinion shaft that way, and this comes right out. Once you get the pinion shaft out, of course, this whole thing just pulls straight out. And then pretty much from there, everything just falls apart on your table. I'm not even going to pretend to know how the hydraulic spool valve works, other than magic wizardry. I don't think I'm even going to attempt to go any further into that unless I can find some instructions online. But you know, better off not touching if it ain't broken, right? Especially with something expensive as this. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to solvent the crap out of everything, because everything is just so oily and just disgusting because it's been leaking for so long. Once everything's clean, I can properly assess the condition of things. I mean, the chrome shaft seems like it's actually good, which is actually really surprising to me, considering there must have been dirt and crap just in there for years. So there's a couple little wear pieces inside that housing as well. I'm not really sure what the purpose of that is. other than it's just maybe just a plastic wear surface. I'm sure that probably comes in the kit as well. So I'm going to inspect everything. There's a bearing at the very bottom of there, of course. I'm sure the kit should come with the bearing there too. If not, I can just pull the number and maybe replace it. But yeah, there's lots of seals everywhere. In the housing, of course, there's seals there. There's seals. There's a seal here on the shaft. There's seals on the inside of that part. There's seals on the inside of there. It's just lots of pieces. So the reason that these leak to begin with, I think people are saying when you hold them at full lock, it probably smashes. I'm not sure if it smashes this part or it smashes this part maybe into that part, causing that seal to fail. But whatever it is, this thing just pissed oil like out of the passenger side like crazy. It would actually like fill up the boot and like make it almost like it was going to explode. So like I said, very happy that I'm finally getting around to doing this, but at the same time not amazingly happy because it's been a very oily afternoon.